We should not have to worry about 12-year-olds being raped and murdered in the city of Houston. Horrible.
Jocelyn was a very smart, sweet, and spunky little girl. Jocelyn loved spending time with her family and her friends. Her personality would brighten up any room that she would enter. Jocelyn had a love for animals and was very artsy. Her mother stated that if Jocelyn could, she would save every stray animal in the world. She also loved being a big sister to her little brother. Unfortunately, Jocelyn would no longer have those late night cuddles with her brother or her cat that she dearly loved, because events would take place on June 17th, 2024 that would change the life of Jocelyn, her family, and her friends forever.
She was an amazing little girl. Amazing. I was so excited to see the woman she was going to turn into.
But Jocelyn Nungary will forever be 12 years old.
She's gone through a lot these past couple months, struggling with mental health, wanting to take her own life, her being saved. I always knew God had other plans for her. She's meant to be here. She's supposed to be here.
Police believe Jocelyn snuck out of her apartment between 10 and midnight Monday night. Her boyfriend reportedly told police he talked to her on the phone around midnight, and she was talking to a couple of men in a car at this gas station in the 12,400 block of Kirkendall. Alexis Nungare says she didn't know Jocelyn was gone until Tuesday morning.
I looked everywhere, walked around, nothing, and I ran, got my car to where her phone pinged, which was right behind the skate park, and there was already cross tape and cops.
Jocelyn's body was found in a shallow creek in the 400 block of West Rankin. She had been strangled.
My baby didn't deserve this at all.
Police released these photos of two men seen at the gas station when Jocelyn was there. They are being called persons of interest. Jocelyn's mom says she doesn't recognize them.
They look like individuals that could come out of the apartment complex I live in. It's very Latin-based, and they could have came from the skate park. There's a lot of crazy people out here, and just by looking at them, you never really could know.
The two men who are charged with taking the life of Jocelyn Nungare are being held on immigration detainers at the Harris County Jail, U.S. Immigration and Customs. According to ICE, Franklin Jose Peña Ramos, 26, and Johan Jose Rangel Martinez, 22, illegally entered the U.S. without inspection, parole, or admission by a U.S. immigration officer on an unknown date and at an unknown location. On March 14th, Martinez was taken into U.S. Border Patrol custody near El Paso. That same day, he was released on an order of reconnaissance with a notice to appear statement. Peña was also taken into custody by U.S. Border Patrol on May 28th near El Paso. He was also released on an order of reconnaissance with a notice to appear the same day he was apprehended. The two men were scheduled to be in a probable cause court Friday evening, but they waived their appearances. The case was still being discussed in their absence. A judge did not set bond at the hearing, instead preferring the issue of bail to a district court to be decided at a later date. Both defendants are expected to appear in front of a judge, Josh Hill, in the 23rd Second District Court on Monday. Houston Mayor John Whitmire has already weighed in on the topic. He stated, "If there was ever a circumstance where you do not give bail, this is it." Weeks later, Peña and Martinez were seen on surveillance video with Jocelyn before she was found deceased in a North Houston creek early Monday. According to court documents, Peña and Martinez lured Jocelyn under a bridge where they stayed for 2 hours. Court record says the men took off her pants, tied her up, and took her life and threw her body in the bayou. Peña and Martinez were arrested early Thursday morning at Canfield Lake Apartments on North Borough Drive, where they lived together.
That is a memorial to celebrate the life of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungare. It stands not far from where her body was found this week. As you mentioned, we are now learning that Houston police say 2 men are responsible for her death. They say they are both facing capital murder. Both of those men were taken into custody this morning at an apartment complex less than a mile from here. Take a look at these photos that a resident of the Canfield Lakes apartments shared with us. They say it shows the moment the two men Houston police now say are responsible for 12-year-old Jocelyn's murder being taken into custody at the complex. This morning, our cameras caught HPD crime scene investigators hauling multiple evidence boxes from an apartment unit that police say the suspects, who are both in their 20s, were both living in. Now, we spoke to a mother who lives just steps from that unit with her 14-year-old daughter. She asked that we hide her identity, but she did not hide her feelings.
It could have been my child, so, I mean, it's just like, it's very emotional because when you're thinking, I live on the 3rd floor, these people are on the 2nd floor,
Again, the two men, Johan Jose Rangel Martinez and Franklin Jose Peña Ramos, are facing capital murder charges. We're waiting to find out when they'll face a judge. Now, I have spoken to a member of Jocelyn's family. He tells me that right now the family is obviously grieving as they are preparing funeral arrangements.
On this Friday night, in a community filled with grief, people gathered from all over.
We are here to support the family. Pay our respects to Jocelyn.
There were those with important titles and some who were just her friends.
Jocelyn she was such a great friend, and, she always made everybody feel included.
This group of girls came from Conroe.
She would have wanted us here.
All classmates until this past March at Gordon Reed Elementary.
She was always positive and always had a smile on her face, and her smile was so contagious.
They shared videos and pictures that fill up many preteen phones. This reality, Jocelyn's murder, is hard to navigate.
To just be here for her because, honestly, before she moved, we're,
They are all just 12 years old.
It's like multiple emotions, it's like anger, it's sadness, it's everything. And it's heartbreaking that people that young have to go through such a terrible thing. And it's just hard to understand, and it's hard to believe that such a sweet little girl is, So it's just hard to believe, and it's really upsetting.
The girls say Jocelyn used to share her dreams with them. 7th grade will be hard. This, one of the most difficult things they've faced. Doing it together, though, makes it easier.
I just feel like coming here honors her and her memory, and hopefully she's here and she knows that we care about her and we're praying for her and her family, and we just wanted to support them.
Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Karen Classified. I hope you guys comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I also hope you leave your comments down in the section below. Here we have a story in regards to a 12-year-old by the name of Jocelyn. And unfortunately, Jocelyn decided to leave the house at night to walk to the corner store. That's where she ran into two guys who preyed on her and took advantage of her and ultimately took her life. My prayers go out to not only Jocelyn, but to Jocelyn's mother and to her family, because no one wants to bury their child, not even their child. This is something that a mother, father, cousin, aunt, and/or uncle, any relative should not have to endure. This is sad and it's unfortunate. And in my opinion, immigration failed to protect the public. In my opinion, if you're here and you're not here legally and you're stopped, instead of giving you a ticket and/or a form or a piece of paper asking you to appear in court, you should be held until they could come up with a decision as to what they're going to do. Because if I'm not here legally and you hand me a piece of paper and I feel like I have a greater chance of living a better life here, chances are I'm not going to show up. If there are laws in place and they're in position to enforce the law, enforce the law. Now we have this young lady who has lost her life. Neighbors stated that that's all they would do is catcall and try to pick up women all throughout the day. All throughout the day, all throughout the apartment. And in my opinion, they stated that they left the restaurant, more than likely probably been drinking and just saw her as an easy target. This is sad. Again, this is very unfortunate. And when it comes to immigration, in my opinion, they need to revamp how they process documents and people that they catch that are here illegal. Again, I thank you guys for listening in to Karen Classified. This is a very sad and unfortunate situation, and I also want to use this video as a way to bring forth awareness to other young kids. I know you guys, it do not seem fun. Your parents seem uncool. They won't let you go out. They won't let you do certain things that you may see other children doing. But what it's called is a covering. Your parents are covering you. That is protecting you from outside influences, from people being able to prey on your innocence. So listen to your parents when they're trying to give you advice and they're trying to guide you in the right direction. Listen to your parents, you guys. You know, you have the rest of your life to be an adult and to be outside. And I promise you, what's out there will be there when you decide to grow older and to go into this thing that we call adulthood. It's sad, it's unfortunate. And again, listen to your parents. All right, you guys. I thank you for tuning in to Karen Classified. I would like to get your opinions in regards to this entire situation. Do you think when it comes to immigration and if they're there to enforce the law, do you think that a due process should be done where they could be given a piece of paper and told to appear to court at a later date? Or do you think they should be held? Also, do you see a trend of this going on as far as maybe kids, not thinking that their parents know what's best for them and they're just going outside of that? Like, what are your thoughts? This is just so sad. 12 years old to lose your life in such a heinous way. Again, I hope you guys comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I hope you like the channel so I can definitely get into the algorithm. And until the next video, you guys, I hope everyone stays safe and take care.